Dragon Ball Super, episode 61. I don't even know where to begin with this episode. I told y'all I hated Zamasu in last week's review of Dragon Ball Super. But as of today, well, I'm just going to say last night because everybody was spoiling the crap out of it on Instagram last night. So I decided to go ahead and watch the raw version last night, but I didn't want to review it because I want to get everything out in the review. I watched it last night. And even without the subtitles, my hate for Zamasu went from 1 zillion, if that's a number, but they say numbers are infinity. They go on forever. So I'm pretty sure it's a number out there. 1 zillion. It went from 1 zillion to 1 zillion. I don't know. I hate this dude. I freaking hate this dude, man. Oh my God. Freaking hate him. And I mean, there have been plenty of bad guys that have killed humans, and there have been plenty of bad guys to kill just pretty much everyone on Earth. Super Boo killed everyone on Earth. But I didn't hate Super Boo. For some reason, it's just something about Zamasu. He's a freaking coward, man. Hate that dude. Just fuck Zamasu. Anyway, this episode starts off with Zamasu, or Black Zamasu, whatever you want to call him, telling Goku that, hey, this body is real. This is actually your body. This is the true power of Son Goku that I'm holding. And he really didn't explain it well. And you know Goku, he's being who he is. He doesn't understand the story. But Zamasu basically tells him, I went back in time and I ended up killing Goas. And Goku's confused as to how there are 2 Zamasus, just like we all were last week. But Zamasu tells him that he went back in time, took Goku's body while he was still alive, and then he went to the future using the time ring, and he used that to pretty much change the Zamasu from the future's heart, or change his mind or whatever, and use him for pretty much the idea that he had already formulated in his mind that he was going to do, which was the Zero Mortals plan. After a short explanation, they all start to fight, and this is where I get even more confused because we know now that Goku is pretty much someone else. It's someone else in his body. Now, if you all remember from the Frieza arc, Ginyu stole Goku's body, but he couldn't use it to its limits. He couldn't do anything with it, pretty much. He could barely even do Kaioken. I don't even think he could do that. But now we've got Zamasu, who's stolen Goku's body, and he can pretty much control everything. I mean, Goku is now a Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan Blue, whatever you want to call him. And you mean to tell me that Zamasu has taken Goku's body and mastered it to the point to where he's surpassed the power of gods? Because even in this episode, he says that he's killed all of the gods. Now, I know the Kaioshin died in Trunks' time, which means that Beerus died. So, the god of destruction dies when the Kai dies, or so they said in one of the previous episodes. But, I mean, does this mean that all of the other gods are weaker than Goku? Does it mean that Beerus is actually the only one who can keep up with Goku's power? And it doesn't really explain how he managed to get this much power. Because, I mean, he could speed up time and say that he learned how to use all of these capabilities of Goku's body, but that would also mean that he would have to go back in time and digress. So it's not really adding up, in my opinion. These are just thoughts that I came up with. Either way, he makes a fool out of Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. He takes out Vegeta and Trunks as they combine these 2 energy blasts. And one thing that I picked up in this episode is Zamasu, well, I actually knew this a while ago, but Zamasu, the regular Zamasu, not Black Zamasu, is weak. This dude is just, he's garbage. He would have died several times in this episode, especially from Goku's attacks. But anyway, he takes out Vegeta and Trunks, and then they back Goku into a corner, and they tell Goku this story. Now, this is where I start to get pissed watching this episode. Zamasu tells Black Goku Zamasu to tell the story of what happened to Goku and his family. And that's when he starts to tell him. He says, hey, I used the Super Dragon Balls after collecting the Time Ring to wish pretty much my mind into your body and yours into mine. And that's when it goes back to the very beginning of Dragon Ball Super, the first episode to be exact, when Goku had got that job where he was working on a farm. It shows him sitting, and he's actually working, and Goten's sitting in the back. And his body just instantly switches. His clothes are the same, but he has the body of Zamasu now. And then Goten goes and gets Chi-Chi and tells her what happened. He said all of a sudden Dad just switched. And so they're trying to figure out what's going on. And then Zamasu Goku comes to Earth being a freaking prick. He looks at Goku and he says, at that point, I killed you. Then he stabs Goku in the episode and he says, I killed you just like this in front of your family. And, I mean, this is probably the darkest part of Dragon Ball Super, period. And this definitely brings back that Dragon Ball Z feel for all of you people who are saying that Super isn't like Dragon Ball Z. Here you go, because this episode does it. He killed Goku, and then he said, and right after that, I killed your family. And then it shows him go in, he kills Chi-Chi and Goten, and that part right there was probably the most messed up part of the episode. Because, man, it just shows now that Zamasu doesn't have a care. There's no mercy from this guy whatsoever. He feels nothing killing people. And the fact that he killed Chi-Chi and Goten from a time that he wasn't even going to stay in, Zamasu didn't care about that particular timeline, because otherwise he wouldn't have went back to the future. He didn't stay in that time. So he killed Goku's family just for the heck of it. And I mean, seriously, dude. I don't know, man. I know we've had some pretty messed up bad guys. We've had Frieza, who's messed up. We've had Cell, who's messed up. Even Vegeta at the beginning. Raditz was a little cuckoo in the head. But I just don't, for some reason, I just don't like Zamasu, man. That dude just pisses me off. And another question that I had was, where the hell was Gohan, man? Was he freaking probably jacking off the psychology books again, man? I know a lot of people hate Chi-Chi. They say, oh, well, she messed up Goku's kids. Goten's a nerd. Gohan's a nerd. Chi-Chi is a typical mom who's hard on her kids. There are real life women who are just like Chi-Chi. So if you're going to hate her, at least find a reasonable reason to hate her. You can't hate her just because she's a strict character, just because she's a bitch, as some of you call her. Chi-Chi's a regular woman. She's strict on her kids because she wants them to be successful. She's always complaining about money out in where they live in the woods. So she wants her kids to grow up and be successful. So I like Chi-Chi as a character. And for you people who don't like her for that particular reason, come on, man, find another reason. But seriously, Gohan, you gotta do something, man. You gotta do something. Gohan has been useless the entire series of Super. Even when he should get some of his best moments, we get nothing. Off of Gohan, we get, I don't know if you guys want to call it the second best or first best moment of Goku in this series, because I mean, we all know that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken was amazing. But then we see Goku power up once again after he hears the story, and I mean, he gets pissed. He's knocking Zamasu around, he's knocking Black around, and he's just doing total damage on these dudes, or so it appears, because at the end we find out that he did nothing. I mean, he ambushed these guys, key blast, attacks, sending them through the air, knocking them through buildings, and he says, I'm furious now. I haven't seen Goku get this angry, I don't think, since his fight with Frieza after Frieza killed Krillin. I don't think that we've ever seen Goku get that furious in Dragon Ball since then. So, man, it was just epic to see him get angry like that, but it was all for naught. He was taken down as, I guess, Black Goku powered up, And it seems like Zamasu really does have control of his body, because he says the more damage I take, the more this body powers up. So I'm guessing that he really does have full control of Goku's body. And I don't know if he made a wish to learn how to control it or what, but he has the ability to control it very well. And at that point that Goku's down, we see Vegeta and Trunks rush in again, getting ready for another attack. And it's like, man, they couldn't do anything. And it just makes me wonder, how powerful is Super Saiyan Rose, or how powerful is Black Goku? Because, man, this dude is just doing damage and damage and damage, and it's like nothing that happens even does anything to him. He just gets right back up every single time. Then we get Trunks, who comes up with a bright idea and says, I'll handle Black, Dad, you handle Zamasu. Vegeta says to him, oh, and by the way, in this episode, you definitely see how much Vegeta cares for Trunks, because if you remember in all the old times Vegeta and Trunks had fought side by side, Vegeta always gives him that fatherly love tap. And when I say love tap, I definitely mean a hard hit that sends Trunks back for a little bit. So yeah, Vegeta's like holding on to him. He's looking out for him. He's trying to come up with a plan the whole time. You can tell he's actually focusing on the battle instead of rushing in like he did the last time, and this time Goku was the first one down. So man, it's crazy. But Trunks comes up with this bright idea. He says, I'll take on Black, you take on Zamasu. And Trunks rushes into Black, and he gets taken down in about 5 seconds. I think he hits him one time, and then he hits him with a ki blast, and Trunks is down. And then all of a sudden they give this explanation that says, oh, Trunks, you're the reason that I came up with the Zero Mortals plan, because you're the one who traveled back in time and saved Goku from the heart virus. Had he died, I wouldn't have wanted this body. But no matter how you look at it, if Trunks didn't go back in time, history would have been destroyed by the androids or possibly Cell. And since he did go back in time, now we got Zamasu and Black Goku. So either way, it was a loss. Trunks only did what he thought was best. But after they explained that to him, and their reasoning behind wanting to destroy that timeline was mostly because of Trunks, he gets pissed, and then we see this brand new Super Saiyan Broly Trunks. And I thought that was pretty awesome. Now, honestly, in my opinion, I think this is probably Trunks' awakening God Ki, and he's probably Super Saiyan Blue under that transformation. So, because his ki is blue, it looks exactly like Vegeta's and Goku's when they turn Super Saiyan Blue. So, I don't know if it's Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan, or what, but I don't think it's a brand new transformation. I think it's just something that kind of happened out of fury, like when Goku went Super Saiyan Not against Lord Slug. It's probably something like that, but I don't know. It looks awesome, and I'm hoping that he's going to do some damage in it, but it also leads me to wonder, what can he do? Because Goku Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue couldn't do anything against Black Goku. And I mean, honestly, it really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for Trunks to power up that much, but we hear him say, I'm going to take out Black myself. So I wonder if that's what's going to happen. I really don't know. I have no idea where this is going to go. I've heard some spoilers, but this is Akira Toriyama we're talking about, so you never really know what's going to happen in Dragon Ball Z, because this is Akira Toriyama. His work is the unpredictable. So I'm just watching gracefully and enjoying what I'm seeing, and I just hope that he dies a horrible death. That's what I want. If Zamasu dies a horrible death, I will have loved this arc. As long as everyone else gets their lives back as well. If he dies a horrible death, everyone comes back to life, I'm good. I love this arc. That's just what I want. I want to see him disintegrate. I want to see every cell in his body be destroyed by the ki blast that destroys him. That is what I want to see. I want to see it at nuclear level, as if I'm looking through a microscope. That probably didn't make any sense, but I don't care. You get what I'm saying. I want to see this dude dead. Anyway, the episode ends there right after Trunks powers up, and it just looks like the next episode is going to be epic. But I have some theories that I think should happen. I know they're not, but honestly, we got Black Goku here. He's destroyed Vegeta's family, he's destroyed Goku's family, he's destroyed Trunks' family. I honestly think it would be awesome if all three of them got the chance to kill him, simply because, I mean, he killed Bulma, which was enough to trigger Trunks and Vegeta. He killed Chi-Chi and Goten, which was enough to trigger Goku. I feel like maybe they should do like a trio finish, kind of like what happened in Broly the Second Coming when it was Goku, Gohan, and Goten that ended up killing Broly. And Goku wasn't there, but it was just awesome, the three of them doing that triple threat Kamehameha. I feel like that's the way they should defeat him, because all of these guys have a reason to have a grudge against Black. So I just feel like, man, hopefully something like that happens. I wish it could be fusion, because I want to see Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. I highly doubt it would be Vegito, because I don't think they would put on the earrings. But matter of fact, I don't even know if Vegeta learned the dance, because I don't think Gogeta was ever a canon character. But I don't know. I just feel like it would be cool to see Gogeta again, because Vegito's permanent, so I would highly doubt that he'd come back. But anyway, that's just how I wish this arc would end. But as long as he dies a horrible death, I don't care. But yeah, that's my review for this episode. It was a great episode in terms of action, plot, and storytelling. It was all there. Animation was on point. I saw no flaws. And I mean, it's gotten to the point to where I kind of look for flaws now, because a lot of people just talk about it, but I really didn't see too many flaws. So honestly, I give this episode 10 out of 10 in terms of plot development and just everything that happened overall. And that's my review. Like I said, I hope you guys like this video. If you haven't watched the episode, please go watch it. It's great. Dragon Ball Super is on a very rapid increase. It's getting better and better and better and better and better. So go check it out. I'm Animated Heroes. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. Follow me on everything that you see listed below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.